getting a little sun bath right into the forehead. Beautiful glow at the point between the eyebrows. Hello, friends. Well, let's attack this one. God versus the devil. That's not how it works. It's not that way. Jeff here, the Shivite yogi, the Shiva man. Maybe a little disruptive, but truthful. Got to get the exact truth in all this. And I'm sorry, but a lot of the internet just bumbles around over everything, and especially about Kriya Yoga and deeper states of consciousness. And I'm not here for that. As a Marine combat veteran from Vietnam and, blue-collar worker, 25 years of out-of-body, and then back to college and 25 more years as a counseling occupational therapist. I'm here to lay it out straight. 45 years of Kriya, my dear ones. So let's get into it. God versus the devil. Goodness gracious. If the most exalted beings ever to occupy a body on our planet say things like this. This one great woman saint was asked, Ma, which means mother, Ma, what is God? And she said, God is, she said this, it is everything that is, and it is everything that is not. So God versus the devil, it's all God. Look at it. It is. It exists. Hence, it's all part of the giant flow of everything. You've got to get that in your head. It's bigger than what you think. A lot of people are resisting a bit, Christianity because of its social, political, and economic thrust. But, the depth of it is still good. But remember, they tell you things to defend their own point of view. So they got to give you something to fear. Familiar yet? Every totalitarian government does that. They automatically give you something to fear and hate right away. And it's happening right now in our own society. So, of course you're going to fear and hate the devil. Oh, the devil, and God's fighting the devil, and we have to... No, it all is God. Now what are you going to do? Guess what, dear ones? It comes down to you. Your thoughts, your speech, your actions. And that tiny little bit that deludes you into what? Let's have some wisdom here, some jnana, some wisdom. I'd give you a lot of Sanskrit, my friends. So the Sanskrit of jnana or wisdom states that basically, through the Christian words, the father of lies. That's the name of the devil, and it's that which deludes you in the tiny little nuances. And the big feature here is Maya. Now, Maya has a lot of little meanings and all this stuff. Maya really is the delusion over a whole society that, what we're doing and our job and our money and our possessions, our house and our children and what we're doing, that it completely encompasses you, and that's who you are and what you live for, and that is delusion. Because in the afterlife, they literally the saints will tell you that as you move through into the afterlife, you essentially forget this life. It's just something you played, a role you played on the stage in this body, and it's part of your karma, this thought process, part of your genetic karma, all these things, the role you're playing. It's not that important. What we're here for is to learn a few lessons. That's why we're really here. We got to get that. So the delusion over a whole society of this is how it is and this is what we do and everything, that's a setup. Come on, it's the Matrix. It's a setup to keep us going to work, having a drink after work, hanging out with our friends, eating cherry pie and getting old and getting cancer or heart disease and dying while the billionaires take over. That is not how it's done. Avidya also means ignorance in a single person. So we have this blanket over all society that makes us think the way we do, and we have ignorance in each person that is the expression of that Maya or delusion in society. Now, let's get back to this devil thing. So now, the Christian church mostly, and others too, they always got something you're going to fear. So by fearing something, then you will rally against it, and then the church will get you teaming up with them, and then you're part of their social gathering, and you might have to belong to them in some other way. I'm not against church. I'm just saying that's what they do. They say that God's fighting the devil. No. It's way bigger than that. It's us fighting the devil. And the devil is that delusion over a whole society, Maya, that delusive force that keeps us doing what we're doing, thinking what we're doing, us thinking what we're thinking, and saying what we're saying. And we're trapped in that. And we keep doing it our whole lives long. And subsequent lives as well, when it comes down to that. And then the avidya in our own selves that affirms all that, like, well, I know this is the way it is. It's got to be the way it is. It's not. Inside of us, there is a framework, and there are saints, and there's even the Ten Commandments and other things, the Golden Rule, do unto others as you'd have done unto you, which is part of the law of karma. All these things give us signals as to how to live. And Yogananda set up all these how to live schools, actually not a community in Northern California. Nevada City set that up. How to live schools. So you understand, we're the one fighting against the delusion. You and me, my friends, we have to fight against this delusion. We have to open up our heads and hearts and expand out and go deep and come back and look at the world with a different kind of look. We're not here to do what we've always done. We're here for self-improvement, higher self-realization, and Yogananda explains God realization, which is a realization of how you connect to every single thing that is. And that includes the most spiritual idealisms and upwardly mobile thoughts you could ever think, and the techniques you could do. All of these things are part of how we fight that delusive force that you would call the devil. So today I am going to reach back, and in earlier videos I said, I'll always give you a technique. Well, I don't know if I'm going to have 200 videos. I don't know if I could have 200 techniques, but I'll modify. Let's go to the point between the eyebrows. Close the eyes. You know how to do this. We've done it before. Rest at the point between the eyebrows and just relax there into that. Breathe in and out through the mouth. One more time. Out through the mouth, gazing up. And one more time, gazing up. Now let's go to the point of our throat. And we're going to go to the back, just ahead of our spine in the throat. Now that is the Visuddhi chakra, the fifth chakra, the second to the highest chakra really. Let's go into that chakra. It's the color of dove gray, maybe smaller than a tennis ball, on the back of our neck. And let's breathe in and out of that chakra. Stay at the point between the eyebrows, breathing into the throat center. Feeling a great advancement, feeling clarity and freedom, a feeling of freedom and uplifted expansion. Breathing in. Take 3 more breaths and keep that feeling of expansion going. We're focusing on the point between the eyebrows, but our focus at the point between the eyebrows, but we're still moving in and breathing in and out of that throat chakra. 3 breaths calmly. Feel that expansion and upliftment. Stay at the point between the eyebrows and relax into it. Let go of the technique now. Relax and feel. Feel a connectedness, an expansion, and a completeness. And slowly open the eyes. There we go. Oh, I had that phone right up on me. There we go. Now, my dear ones, you have another way to go deep inside yourself now. We've taught you breathing in the heart. We've taught you a little bit about breathing behind the navel. We talk about breathing in the point between the eyebrows. Oh, that's 3 different chakras right there. Later on, I'll go into my huge chakra identification course. It's a course that I offer, but it's also something I'm going to give you all in these videos too. Look, you don't need to buy into any of this coursework. I always have it for those who feel extremely connected into all that I'm doing or saying that's coming through me. I'll never let you down, friends. I'm here. I'm a rock solid devotee with 45 years of Kriya, 50 years of meditation experience. I got nothing left at 77 years old almost, except to serve you and to serve others. That's all I really care about. I got to get this stuff out of me, like I've said over and over. So I'll give you every technique, everything. I'll walk you right into the door of Kriya, and we'll give you everything you need along the road of Raja Yoga, the royal path. Let's consider this, though. If it's God and the devil, we're going to be the ones chasing after that devil. We're going to be the ones that are going to just offer a lot of love up every day, a lot of kindness, a lot of service. And we don't have to worry about that anymore because we're already doing the right things. So the wrong things can't even creep into us. We just keep doing more and more righteous things. Self-improvement, self-realization, realization of the infinite. And we just keep going with that. And then there's no space for any of the Maya or delusion or any of that to enter us because we're thinking on a higher level now. Let's continue doing that and continue lifting ourselves in that way. As always, Om, peace, Amen.